I have a desk job that challenges my posture all day, 5 days a week. No matter what I do to fix it, it seems to keep getting worse. What specific exercises, if any, can I add to my workouts to overcome this?
Well, off the bat, I think so many people try to look right at their workouts to fix it. Like what's the magic exercise I can do every single day to fix my posture? Really, that's kind of missing the point.
That's a trap.
People.
I think it's a trap. And I think, it makes sense that somebody would be asking us that. Like, what's the exercise? That's what we do. We, prescribe exercises to people for different things based on their needs and their wants and their goals and their limitations and all that stuff. So, I get the question. But this is I'm going to in kind of the way you did that is let's pump the brakes for a second.
Yeah.
Let's not try and fix everything with exercise.
Yes.
Right? Because not everything, number one, can be fixed, and not everything needs to be fixed through an exercise. Exercise is not the answer to everything. Orthopedic issues do not get fixed with exercise. You can augment, the movement patterns that you're doing and try and train through things that can help you. But if you've got like an orthopedic issue, or in this case, I think we may address something else first. Just kind of looking at the look on your face. Let's step out of the what exercises fix my problem.
Yes.
Could there be some things you could be doing? Maybe. Do you have to add on? Not necessarily. Maybe it means you need to be taking away, right, to help this thing. But I think to the point of the question is I sit all day. I know my posture sucks. I'm trying my best, at the gym to overcome this, or I want to be better, at least during the period that I spend in the gym to get better at this. What can I do?
Man, I have this conversation probably, especially where we live in this area with the tech industry and all that, of maybe you shouldn't sit all day for 8 hours straight without moving from your computer. That's probably the first thing to look at.
But what do they say? Well, what do they say when you say that?
Well, they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Like seriously, people don't realize the negative health effects that comes from sitting all day. So they always ask me, what's a stretch? I get my shoulders hurt really bad. Okay, well, what does this day look like? What are you sitting? How often are you sitting? My low back hurts. I mean, this goes with all that kind of stuff of maybe we should just start by standing and moving more, because if your body is going to adapt to whatever position it's in. Right, whatever stimulus you're giving it. So if that stimulus is sitting at your computer in a poor posture for 8 hours a day, and then you go
exactly what you're going to get,
and then you go exercise for an hour, maybe twice a week or whatever, trying to do all these stretches, trying to crank you out of it, you're really just spinning your wheels. You're not really going to get a big effect from that. Just look at the two buckets of what's going to fill up more. So just the first thing for most people to start with is stand up and move more. Get into different positions, whether it's changing positions at your desk, standing desk, seated desk, sitting, doing other things, or actually just getting up and going for a walk, going to the bathroom, doing things like that.
People aren't going to like that answer because it is so obvious and it makes such good sense, right? And so
too much
sense a lot of times. And so what you hear kind of immediately is yeah, but I got to work, man, and the Zoom calls and the, and the things. Listen, man. First off, nobody's tying you to your chair.
No.
Even if you were going to an office everywhere, nobody's tying you to the desk chair. Take control. Yeah. Take responsibility. Get up out of that chair and, get some work done on your feet, or just take a walk for a minute. Get out of there. Taking 30 seconds standing to your 8 hours sitting is not going to fix your problem either. But, trying to break up the time that you are in that position that your body, I think the term I would refer to as is casting itself to, right?
Yeah, I like that.
In a sense, you're going to have to unfuck that, which means you're going to have to get in the mindset of, I need to get up and move more, right? So if you're going to make an excuse about that, I can't help you.
Yeah.
You're going to get way more out of that than any exercise I might give you in the gym. Exercise is just exercise, right? And, if you do in any of our programs, we try to think about these things the things that both they want and they need with regard to teaching people how to do things right. Like rowing, pushing, pulling, squatting, hinging, rotating. It's going to help you with your posture.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just say anything you're already doing in the gym is likely, it can benefit you if done properly and if applied appropriately.
Yes.
Right. So that's a whole other thing. But if I just had this exercise, it would fix my problem. No, that isn't going to work. So what can you be doing? You mentioned it. Let's get out of your chair more frequently. Let's change our position. Maybe you have to be in a chair. Get a different chair occasion.
Yeah.
Switch that out. Sit on a physio ball. It's different than a chair. It doesn't necessarily, that's not going to fix your posture. It's just different. Right? You have to sit on the ball differently than you sit in your desk chair. That doesn't mean it's better. It's just different.
Yes.
And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for differences. Get a standing desk. Obviously, that's the thing. There's an investment there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not telling you to go out and you have to have a standing desk and that's the answer to your question. I'm saying that is a potential alternative. I'm not saying never sit and always stand. I'm saying if you have that option, maybe that's an option. But like the bottom line is you need to be checking in with your posture way more than you are listening to this podcast and or for the 1 hour that you spend at the gym 2 days a week.
Yes.
Like it has to be a regular daily, literally all day practice and being aware of that. So that awareness that you create around moving, just about I need to be moving more, starts there. What are some other things, strategies or tips to help people like remember to like, oh, I got to check in with my posture. I got to stand up, like outside of what exercises we could give them at the gym?
You know, I was just talking about, Ryan and I, we have this shared client, and I was just talking to this client the other day. She was telling me that she's using her phone to set a timer to get up every, I think, hour.
It's wild that people have to do this, but it's awesome that she is.
Probably my favorite thing about the Apple Watch. That's probably the favorite thing I like about that it buzzes somebody, hey, you should stand up right now. That's my favorite thing.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. So she says that she's using that regularly now. The only time that she can't do that is when she's in court. But Ryan's like, well, just stand up and object more.
Yeah, there you go.